The long-awaited Garlick Report into the future direction of Tasmanian football has been released, revealing 4 key findings. It suggests a focus on community football, the TSL and talent pathways. But new CEO Robert Auld says the 4th recommendation of a one-club AFL model for the state is not a priority. Former Western Bulldogs Chief Executive Simon Garlick completed his report in January, meaning it's taken 6 months to be released publicly.
It's highly unusual for an AFL Commission report to be released, but I think it's another indication of the transparency that we want to show to the football community in Tasmania of how we'd like to work into the future.
And despite this being a summarised version,
the report that's been shared publicly today captures all of the key areas and all of the key intentions from within.
The lengthy investigation detailed 4 key findings: community football, including women's football, the Tasmanian State League, talent pathways and one AFL club playing matches out of Tasmania. But he says Hawthorn and North Melbourne's future in the state is the least of his priorities.
If that's what I focused on, that would be the most colossal failure that I could imagine of me and my team over the next 2 to 3 years.
He believes other areas need urgent attention. The recommendations into community football suggest an increase to region resources, including competition, football and game development managers along with a trainee. It indicates some leagues should be consolidated. The report also suggests AFL Tasmania must prioritise its level of communication and provide new and enhanced opportunities for females to engage in the sport.
What I won't do is be paralysed by waiting funding submission outcomes. There's a lot of work we can do, and the main one is stakeholder engagement and understand what are the needs, regardless of what funding levels we get.
The major recommendations for the TSL include the role of general manager and talent be separated, which has already occurred. Also, stripping clubs of its junior development role and bringing all officers into an AFL Tasmania run program.
I think a more consolidated approach will get better impact and outcomes.
From our point of view, we think we do it pretty well in our region, and we're one of the probably better regions in Tasmania, so we'd have concerns if they do want to take it back.
Garlick also suggests learning forums should be shared statewide, and due to players being poached from the TSL to leagues without salary caps, a player point system be introduced. Concern for Tasmania's talent pathway, with additional full-time staff members recommended for the North and North West.
What precedes the resources is to have a really clear plan first.
Why spend the time and the money and the resources to do the review if you're not going to implement the recommendations? That would be a pretty poor form if that were to happen.
Garlick hopes the report will shape football in the state for the next 30 years.